If your child is starting the college application process, then you know you are juggling really 100 balls in the air, right? We've got deadlines, we've got essays, test scores, campus visits, and with so much at stake, one small mistake could mean some missed opportunities, lost scholarships, or even rejection letters. In today's video, I want to share with you some of the biggest mistakes that we see students make when it comes to applying for colleges and how you as a parent can help them avoid those pitfalls so that they have the best possible shot getting into the school of their dreams. This isn't to scare you, it's to prepare you. So hit subscribe because every week I have another video to help you along the path of working towards a debt-free education. Hey there, my name is Jocelyn Pearson, founder of the Scholarship System, where we help families overwhelmed by the cost of college secure scholarships so that their student can graduate debt-free. Our main weapon against student loan debt is scholarships, and we've helped families secure well over $15 million to date, and we are not stopping there. That said, mastering the admissions process goes hand in hand with getting money for college. Now, just quickly, this is not for international students. This is meant for U.S. citizens or permanent residents. I'm unfamiliar with how it works for international students. Let's go ahead and dive in. Mistake number 1, waiting until last minute. I know this is challenging for you parents because you're working with teenagers here, but procrastination is a dream killer. When students wait until the last week before deadlines to start an essay or gather recommendation letters, the quality will always suffer. Plus, technical glitches happen even on the Common App. And so for parents, I highly recommend creating some kind of master calendar with every deadline from every application, due dates for scholarship cutoffs, set some kind of internal family deadline, maybe a week or two earlier than the official one. Now, we use a really cool software called Asana, and it's free, but it's pretty robust for project management, but you could totally nerd out and organize it there. Or we can just use a digital calendar, for example, like Google Calendar. Whatever works for you, but definitely keep it digital. Mistake number 2 is ignoring demonstrated interest. So some schools usually track how engaged a student is. So this is things like attending sessions that the school's offering, info sessions, or emailing the admissions rep, or visiting the campus. These are ways that your student can show demonstrated interest, and it can affect their admissions decision. I actually have a whole YouTube video on demonstrated interest in college admissions and what you must know. So you can find that video here. We will also link to all the free resources in the description below. Now, parent tip, encourage your student to sign up for virtual tours, get on their mailing lists, connect with admission staff, maybe even some alumni or current students. You can reach out, hey, I'm serious about this school, and this will go far for your student. All right, mistake number 3. Applying without a balanced college list. So some students only apply to reach schools or maybe one school, thinking I'll figure it out, I'll make it work. And others often apply to safe options, which both can backfire. So for parent tips, I really would recommend having them aim to reach to have a mixture. So some reach schools, some well-matched schools, financial fit, academic fit, personal fit, and then maybe a few safe net schools that your student knows they can get into and that you know as a family you can definitely afford with as little debt or no debt as possible. But casting that net wide will only benefit your student and your family. Mistake number 4 is overlooking the money side. So many families treat financial aid as an afterthought. So they think, okay, let's just get through admissions first. But the truth is that applying for scholarships and financial aid early can open up huge opportunities. In fact, if I could, I'd have every junior family working on scholarships already before admissions. So parents, the tip here, don't wait for acceptance letters to start looking for money. Please do not. File FAFSA as early as possible, research and apply for scholarships, check out state and local aid deadlines and programs. I have a free webinar at thescholarshipsystem.com/free webinar. Sign up there and you can learn my steps on how to find private money. And this, again, ideally is happening by junior year in high school. So if we are a family that has seniors or older, even already existing college students, you need to get started now. Mistake number 5 is creating a generic application. So admissions officers can often spot copy and paste essays from a mile away. If it feels like your student just swapped out the school's name and didn't really actually make it personalized, it's not going to stand out, or it will for the wrong reasons. So helping your student tailor their essays to each institution, maybe mentorship programs, professors, or values that they align with, that will help them stand out. Okay, mistake number 6 is forgetting to proofread. So this sounds obvious, but typos, missing words. We've even seen AI copy and paste where they forgot to replace certain sections. It said like replace here. We need to double check these things. Otherwise, it will really hurt your students' credibility. Yes, these things happen more than you would like to think. So we see it all the time. We have an annual scholarship that we give out money, and those minor errors can really mean the difference between a student getting accepted or getting chosen for a scholarship or not. When there are typos, if you're comparing it to a student that had a flawless essay, everything else is the same, versus one that doesn't and has some typos in there, the student with a flawless essay is definitely going to be chosen. So actually, a fun tip is reading the essay out loud. Have your student read it out loud to you before they even hit submit. And you would be surprised. Normally, we stumble over errors. So we spot things a lot of times this way by reading it out loud. And then when we stumble, we're like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, it's missing a comma. Or wait, there's an extra word there. So that's a fun tip that we share with our students in the scholarship system. Okay, mistake number 7 is not following instructions exactly. If the application asks for 2 recommendation letters, don't send 4. If they want a 500-word essay, do not let your student submit a 750-word essay. Ignoring directions can make it seem like your student can't follow guidelines, which means they'll struggle in college. So a parent tip, double check every requirement together with your student. Treat it like a job application, because in a way it kind of is. Now, comment below, has your student started filling these out, and have you seen any kind of weird requirements that you're like, why is this a rule? Let me know in the comments below. So college applications, they aren't just about grades and test scores. They're about strategy and presentation and avoiding the landmines that trip up so many students. So by helping your child stay organized and personalize these applications and really paying attention to details, perfecting them, and making sure we're meeting all the requirements and following the rules, this naturally will give them a leg up, I would say, over more than half of the students that aren't doing it. And just these minor efforts that we need to do can really put them ahead of, we're talking thousands of applications. So we want to make sure that we are checking the box on all of these. Now, if you're in the scholarship system, we have an actual assessor before we submit anything. And so we want to run through that and make sure that we are also checking the box on all of those. All right, if you want to learn more about the scholarship system or where to find those private scholarships, just go to that free webinar I mentioned, thescholarshipsystem.com/free webinar. And don't forget to hit subscribe, because every week I have a new strategy for you all to work towards that debt-free degree.